Mercury, the smallest and closest planet to the Sun in our solar system, has long captivated the imagination of astronomers, space enthusiasts, and curious minds. This enigmatic world holds a unique place in our cosmic neighborhood, boasting a rich history of scientific discovery and intrigue. In this video, we will delve into the intricacies of Mercury, presenting you with 100 fascinating facts about this mesmerizing planet. The Sun's scorching neighbor. Mercury's proximity to the Sun makes it the hottest planet in our solar system. Its surface temperature can soar to a scorching 800 degrees Fahrenheit, 427 degrees Celsius during the day, while plummeting to -290 degrees Fahrenheit, -179 degrees Celsius at night. A rocky world. Mercury is classified as a terrestrial planet, like Earth. It's composed primarily of rock and metal, with a small, iron-rich core. Minimal atmosphere. Unlike Earth, Mercury has a very thin atmosphere, or exosphere. This exosphere consists of trace amounts of hydrogen, helium, oxygen, sodium, and other elements, which are so sparse that they behave more like a vacuum than a conventional atmosphere. Long days and short years. Mercury has an incredibly slow rotation, taking about 59 Earth days to complete one rotation. However, it has a short year, lasting only 88 Earth days, due to its close proximity to the Sun. Peculiar spin-orbit resonance. Mercury's unique spin-orbit resonance, a 3:2 ratio, means that it rotates on its axis 3 times for every 2 orbits around the Sun. This results in a peculiar pattern of sunrise and sunset on the planet. Naked eye visibility. Mercury is one of the 5 planets visible to the naked eye from Earth, along with Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Elusive evening star. Mercury is often referred to as the evening star or the morning star because it is most easily visible shortly after sunset or just before sunrise. Named after a Roman god. The planet is named after the Roman messenger god, Mercury, known for his swiftness and agility. No moons. Mercury is one of 2 planets in our solar system that lacks natural moons. Venus is the other. Crater-scarred landscape. Mercury's surface is heavily scarred by impact craters. These craters are remnants of numerous collisions with space debris throughout its history. Largest impact basin. Caloris Basin, a massive impact crater, is one of the most prominent features on Mercury's surface. It measures roughly 960 miles, 1,550 kilometers in diameter. Volcanic plains. Mercury also boasts extensive volcanic plains, such as the smooth, dark plains of Caloris Basin. These are a result of ancient volcanic activity. Tallest cliff in the solar system. The planet's surface features some remarkable geological formations, including the planet's tallest cliff, Verona Rupes, which is about 5 miles, 8 kilometers high. Mercury's magnetic field. Mercury is unique among terrestrial planets due to its relatively strong magnetic field. Scientists believe this field is generated by the planet's partially molten iron core. Water ice in craters. Despite its extreme heat, some regions of Mercury's polar craters are in permanent shadow, allowing water ice to accumulate. These regions are like oases in the planet's harsh environment. The Messenger mission. In 2011, NASA's Messenger spacecraft became the first to orbit Mercury, providing valuable data and insights into the planet's composition and history. Mercury's elongated orbit. Mercury's orbit is the most elongated, or eccentric of all the planets in our solar system. meaning it deviates the most from being a perfect circle. Mercury's super hot surface. Despite its thin atmosphere, Mercury's surface temperature can soar to incredible highs due to its proximity to the Sun. It can even get hot enough to melt lead. Double sunrise and sunset. The slow rotation of Mercury means that if you were standing on its surface, you'd see the sun rise, set, and then rise again during a single day. Closest planet to the Sun. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun, with an average distance of about 36 million miles, 58 million kilometers. Kuiper Belt Object 90,377 Sedna. Sedna is a Kuiper Belt object located in the distant reaches of the Solar System. It was discovered on November 14, 2003, by astronomers Michael Brown, Chad Trujillo, and David Rabinowitz using the Samuel Oskin telescope at Palomar Observatory. Sedna is considered a significant discovery because it is one of the largest known objects in the Solar System beyond Neptune. A volatile past. Mercury's geological history suggests that it may have had a more volatile past, with volcanic eruptions, tectonic activity, and a more substantial atmosphere. Heavy metal. Mercury's core is composed of heavy metals, primarily iron, making up about 85% of its mass. Gravity on Mercury. The gravitational force on Mercury is much weaker than on Earth, only about 38% of Earth's gravity. Eccentric orbit causes extreme temperatures. The planet's eccentric orbit results in extreme temperature variations. During the day, the surface can become unbearably hot, while nights are bitterly cold. Shortest day in the Solar System. Mercury has the shortest day of any planet in the Solar System, lasting just 9.2 Earth hours. Young surface. Mercury's surface, despite being heavily cratered, is relatively young in geological terms, with some areas indicating more recent volcanic activity. The Bepi-Colombo mission. Launched by the European Space Agency and the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency in 2018, the Bepi-Colombo mission aims to study Mercury's composition, magnetosphere, and surface in detail. Discovery by ancient civilizations. The planet Mercury was known to ancient civilizations and was often associated with swift-winged gods or messengers in various cultures. Mercury's phases. Like the Moon, Mercury exhibits phases as it orbits the Sun. These phases are visible from Earth and change as the planet moves in its orbit. Surprisingly long solar days. Despite Mercury's slow rotation, a day on the planet, from sunrise to sunrise, is surprisingly long, lasting about 176 Earth days. Closest approach to Earth. Mercury and Earth can approach each other closely in their respective orbits. At its closest, Mercury can be just 77 million kilometers, 48 million miles away from Earth. Ancient Egyptians and Mercury. The ancient Egyptians associated Mercury with the god Thoth, who was considered the inventor of writing and the messenger of the gods. Length of Caloris Basin. Caloris Basin, one of Mercury's most prominent features, measures approximately 800 miles, 1,300 kilometers in diameter. Mercury's surface reflectivity. Mercury's surface is relatively reflective, similar to Earth's moon, due to the presence of silicate minerals. A comet-like orbit. Mercury's eccentric orbit is more similar to that of a comet than a typical planet. Impact ejector blankets. The planet's surface is marked by extensive impact ejector blankets surrounding larger craters. Discovery of water ice. The discovery of water ice on Mercury's poles was made by NASA's Messenger spacecraft in 2012. Thin magnetosphere. Mercury's magnetic field is only about 1% as strong as Earth's, creating a limited magnetosphere that provides some protection against solar wind. Unique exosphere. Mercury's exosphere is peculiar, as it contains a high concentration of ions and atoms of sodium, potassium, and other elements. NASA's Mariner 10. Before Messenger, NASA's Mariner 10 mission provided the first close-up images and data of Mercury during its 3 flybys in 1974 and 1975. Geological activity. Despite its small size, Mercury exhibits signs of past geological activity, including faults and tectonic features. A slow spin. Mercury's slow rotation is tidally locked with the Sun, meaning it always presents the same face to the Sun during its closest approach. Mercury's ancient crust. The planet's crust is thought to be billions of years old, indicating a long and turbulent history. Significant volcanic features. Some of Mercury's prominent volcanic features include vast plains and enormous volcanic domes. Radar reflectivity. Radar observations of Mercury have revealed highly reflective regions on its surface, possibly indicating the presence of metallic minerals. The largest impact. The Caloris Basin is the largest and most well-known impact feature on Mercury, with its striking concentric rings. The weird terrain. Mercury's weird terrain is an enigmatic feature with a chaotic appearance, possibly resulting from the planet's unique geological history. The Kuiper Belt. The Kuiper Belt is a region beyond the orbit of Neptune where many icy and rocky objects are located. Sedna is one of these objects, and it takes thousands of years to complete a single orbit around the Sun. Extreme temperature extremes. The temperature difference between day and night on Mercury can be extreme, with variations of over 1000 degrees Fahrenheit, 550 degrees Celsius. Potential for future exploration. Mercury's unique geological features and complex history make it a compelling target for future exploration. Scarcity of atmosphere. Mercury's extremely thin exosphere is so sparse that it exerts virtually no pressure, making it almost a vacuum. Venera 10's visit. The Soviet spacecraft Venera 10 made a close flyby of Mercury during its mission to Venus in 1975, providing valuable data. Uncharted hemisphere. Much of Mercury's surface remains uncharted, with only about 45% of the planet's terrain having been imaged and studied in detail. A miniature solar system. Mercury's eccentric orbit and slow rotation make it somewhat resemble a miniature version of our solar system, with its own peculiarities. The albedo effect. The albedo of Mercury's surface, or its reflectivity, varies significantly across different regions, with some areas being highly reflective and others much darker. Unique ice-related features. Mercury's polar craters are home to some unique ice-related features, including water ice and other volatile compounds. Limited geological activity. While some volcanic activity has been observed on Mercury, it is significantly less active than other rocky planets like Earth or Mars. Mercury's thin exosphere. Mercury's exosphere extends to altitudes far above the planet's surface, creating an incredibly tenuous atmosphere. Connection to Hermes. In Greek mythology, Mercury is closely associated with the god Hermes, the messenger of the Olympian gods. Magnetic field preservation. The preservation of Mercury's magnetic field is a scientific mystery, as it is unusual for a planet of its size and composition. The impact crater count. Scientists have used the abundance of impact craters on Mercury to estimate the planet's age and its history of meteorite impacts. Messenger's impact. The Messenger spacecraft intentionally crashed into Mercury in 2015 after running out of propellant, marking the end of its mission. NASA's upcoming mission. NASA's upcoming mission, the Mercury Surface, Space Environment, Geochemistry, and Ranging, MESSENGER, is set to launch in the 2030s and aims to further explore Mercury's mysteries. The hollows. One of the most enigmatic features on Mercury is the presence of hollows, which are small, shallow, irregularly shaped depressions that may result from the loss of volatile materials. Planetary ring system. While not a true ring system like Saturn's, Mercury has a tenuous ring of dust particles in its vicinity, detected by the MESSENGER mission. Telescopic observations. Mercury has been observed through telescopes for centuries, with Galileo Galilei being one of the first to do so in the early 17th century. The Caloris Planitia. Caloris Planitia, the plain within Caloris Basin, is the second largest impact basin on Mercury and is a site of great geological interest. Complex tectonics. Mercury exhibits complex tectonic features, including lobate scarps, which are believed to result from the planet's global contraction. Evolving magnetic field. Mercury's magnetic field is believed to have evolved over time, changing in strength and orientation. X-ray emission. Observations of Mercury in X-rays have revealed unexpected emission from its exosphere, hinting at complex interactions with the solar wind. Surprising volatiles. Despite its extreme temperatures, some volatiles, such as sulfur, have been detected on Mercury's surface. Spinning faster. Mercury's slow rotation rate is gradually slowing down even more over time due to tidal forces from the Sun. Formation of Mercury. Mercury's formation is still a topic of scientific investigation, but it is believed to have formed from the same protoplanetary disk of dust and gas that gave rise to the Sun. The Venera missions. The Soviet Venera program sent several spacecraft to explore Venus, but some of them conducted flybys of Mercury on their way to Venus. MESSENGER's findings. The MESSENGER mission discovered water ice, sulfur, and other volatile materials on Mercury's surface, challenging previous assumptions about the planet's conditions. Impact basin origin. The origin of large impact basins on Mercury is thought to be the result of powerful collisions with asteroids and comets in the early solar system. Probing the planet's interior. One of the objectives of future Mercury missions is to probe the planet's interior and better understand its core, mantle, and geological history. Radar mapping. Radar mapping of Mercury has provided detailed topographic information about the planet's surface and its geological features. Mercury's global magnetic field. Mercury's global magnetic field is offset from its center, creating complex interactions with the solar wind and the planet's magnetic field. International collaboration. Space missions to Mercury, such as Bepi Colombo, often involve international collaboration, with multiple space agencies contributing to the exploration effort. Mercury's tenuous atmosphere. While not a traditional atmosphere, Mercury's exosphere contains trace amounts of gases that can vary in composition and density. The eccentricity of Mercury's orbit. Mercury's orbit is so eccentric that it experiences extreme variations in solar radiation and temperature throughout its year. The search for volatiles. The discovery of volatiles on Mercury's surface, including water ice, challenges previous ideas about the planet's inhospitable environment. Geological features named after famous artists. Many of Mercury's geological features are named after famous artists, writers, and musicians, honoring their contributions to human culture. Mercury and calendars. The peculiarities of Mercury's orbit and rotation have made it challenging to incorporate the planet into calendars, but it has appeared in some cultural and historical calendars. Mercury's enigmatic magnetic field. The source of Mercury's magnetic field is still a subject of study, as it is unusual for a planet of its size. Chasing the elusive planet. Observing and studying Mercury from Earth can be challenging due to its proximity to the Sun, but it has fascinated astronomers for centuries. Staying cool on Mercury. The thin atmosphere of Mercury does not provide any significant cooling effect, so temperatures on the surface can become extremely hot. Bepicolombo's instruments. The Bepi-Colombo spacecraft carries a suite of scientific instruments to study Mercury's magnetosphere, surface, and exosphere in detail. Recent geological activity. Despite its small size and thin atmosphere, Mercury shows evidence of relatively recent geological activity, such as faulting and the creation of scarps. MESSENGER's surprising discovery. MESSENGER's discovery of water ice in permanently shadowed polar craters on Mercury was a major surprise, given the planet's proximity to the Sun. The Kuiper Belt and beyond. The Kuiper Belt, home to objects like Sedna, marks the boundary of our solar system and contains remnants from its formation. Potential for human exploration. While the harsh conditions on Mercury make it a challenging destination, the idea of human exploration of the planet has been proposed for the distant future. The Sun-grazing comet connection. Due to its close proximity to the Sun, Mercury is sometimes used as a reference point for studying sun-grazing comets. Upcoming solar transits. The next Mercury transit across the Sun visible from Earth will occur in 2032, making it a rare astronomical event. A densely packed crust. Mercury's crust is much denser than Earth's, indicating a high concentration of heavy metals like iron. Impact ejector blankets. Many of Mercury's impact craters are surrounded by extensive ejector blankets, created by the force of the impact. Mercury in popular culture. Mercury, the swift messenger of the gods, has been a prominent figure in mythology and popular culture for millennia. Unlocking Mercury's mysteries. The study of Mercury has provided us with valuable insights into the formation and history of our solar system, and ongoing missions promise to unlock even more of its mysteries in the future. As the closest planet to the Sun, Mercury remains a celestial object of fascination and scientific inquiry. Its unique geological features, complex history, and proximity to our home planet make it a compelling subject of exploration and research. With future missions on the horizon and ongoing scientific investigation, the enigmatic Mercury continues to reveal its secrets, furthering our understanding of our solar system's diverse and captivating members. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this content on other world stories, please consider subscribing to the channel.